Hamas and Palestinian Islamic Jihad have responded to a US-backed proposal for a ceasefire in Gaza. They've sent a reply to the Qatari and Egyptian mediators. The exact wording hasn't been disclosed, though, but they say it is responsible and positive. In a joint statement, they've said the response prioritises the interests of our Palestinian people and the necessity of completely stopping the ongoing aggression against Gaza and Israel's withdrawal from the entire Gaza Strip. The Palestinian delegation expressed its readiness to deal positively to reach an agreement to end this war against our people based on a sense of national responsibility. They've also proposed amendments to the proposal, which include Israeli troops pulling out immediately from the Rafah border crossing and the Philadelphia corridor, which runs along the border with Egypt. Let's head to central Gaza now and speak to Hind Khoudary, who's live for us there in Deir el-Balah. Hind, I mean, is it possible to gauge reaction to a tentative ceasefire there while the violence continues?
Well, people have no other choice other than being hopeful about this ceasefire this time because they're drained, they're exhausted, they're waiting for any news every single morning. Since the morning, people have been asking us, is there any update? Is there a ceasefire? Do you know when are we going to go back to our homes? When is the fighting going to stop? Are we allowed to go to the north and mobilize across the Gaza Strip normally? Palestinians are very frustrated, and the past couple of months were very hectic for them, especially that they have been displaced for more than one time. Families are separated from their beloved ones, and they're also saying that they are waiting for a ceasefire to go and search for their beloved ones trapped under the rubble. Palestinians, yes, are hopeful, but they're also cautious that this attempt would fail, just like the other attempts. They're all asking and waiting for any update on this deal.
Stay with us, Hind, because aid groups say Palestinians are suffering from catastrophic levels of hunger and starvation. Dozens of people have died of hunger and dehydration. This is 8-year-old Hanan. This video was filmed just days before she died of malnutrition. Her brother, too, died last week of starvation. Hind, back to you. These, of course, are deeply shocking, upsetting images to see. It is important, though, that we do see them to be able to tell the full extent of what is going on in Gaza. Tell us more about reports of malnutrition. How badly are people affected?
Well, Hanan is one of the children that suffered from malnutrition and was supposed to be transferred abroad to receive her medical treatment, but she was banned because the Rafah crossing has been closed since the Israeli forces started their military operations there. We're talking about Hanan and dozens of other Palestinians that died due to malnutrition. According to UNICEF, there are 3,000 Palestinian children in risk of death due to malnutrition, and we spoke to families of and the parents of those malnutrition kids. They said that they're seeing their children dying slowly in front of their eyes because they can't feed them. There is no food, there's no medicine, and there's also no way they could leave the Gaza Strip to receive their medical treatment. So Palestinians are feeling helpless. They can't help their children in any way. But this Hanan died today after weeks of suffering and weeks of calling to get her transfer to Egypt. But unfortunately, she did not make it. And it was a very sad day for her family today. She was living here in Al-Aqsa Hospital, and all of the journalists were talking about her the past couple of days because they were trying to make an urgent appeal for her to get evacuated, but unfortunately there was no time and she passed away. Hanan is only one of 3,000 Palestinian children that is still in risk of death due to malnutrition.
Yeah, the devastating story of 8-year-old Hanan, one of many children in dire condition in Gaza at the moment. Hind Khoudary there in Deir el-Balah, many thanks for that.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.